Hopefully this continues. Have a good day, everyone. Can't wait to watch my favorite streamer play my favorite game. Don't tell my manager I'm listening to Twitch at work. SHSHSH.
Sup? Dude, good to see you guys. We don't got tons of time today. I gotta pick Birdie up
Thanks to
from the
for my sub
Twaining. Tomorrow is MCC and you are playing this game? Hold on, watch. I think you've confused me for somebody who cares. Let me try to look for somebody in the room that does care about that.
"5 months going strong."
Yeah, we haven't had a team practice either. What's your fucking point? Wilbur's going to Amsterdam. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna practice for fun Minecraft event when my teammates aren't, and like I've already won once, and like I just am having fun. Okay, bro, why are you so like,
The Stanley Parable is one of
why are you
my
okay
all-time
broing me
favorite
when you're
games,
asking
and
such
I
a
have yet to
strange,
see
like,
everything in the new
why does it
release.
matter?
I hope you enjoy this game. Sneeg love.
Why does it matter to you? It's your first time in here for like half a year, and you're like pressed that I'm not playing Minecraft a day before I am playing Minecraft. This is like when people tag me in Minecraft YouTube shit and they only show up when I do Minecraft stuff, and they're like, oh, my favorite Minecraft streamer. When? When? I love Origins content on YouTube, Sneeg. Keep posting this. Keep posting Origins content on YouTube, Sneeg. I post something else. Reaper! Say I'm wrong. I'm not. I could care less about sweating an event. Also, here's more tea. How do I practice for an event when half of the event, the stuff on the practice server, isn't in the game this month? Or I need more people there with me to practice.
Hello, Mr. Streamer Man. I have prom tonight. I appreciate this early stream. Cat jam, cat jam.
What am I gonna practice build mart on Hypixel? Fucking whatever this shit it's called. I'm just gonna be good at the game. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, I guess. Yeah, you seem really apologetic. Well, I'm touched. Sorry, chat. They at least they can take it. There's people that will respond worse. That's for sure. I can respect it. I can respect them standing at the line. Anyway, Stanley Parable released a new version of the game. I don't really know what that means. I haven't played it originally, which is probably going to upset people. I've never touched this game. I've heard about it. I've never seen it. I don't know what is new. To my knowledge, this is like they added more to the game that they didn't get to originally. I think.
Half a year already? Whack.
I have like 3 hours to stream today. I have to pick up my dog and then I have to have a life outside of it afterwards. So yeah. That's all you got me for today. But tomorrow is MCC, as we've already discussed. It'll be at 2 o'clock Central. I think it's 8 p.m. BST is usually when it is, which is 2 o'clock for me, 3 o'clock Eastern for people that need to do that. No, when is it?
Early stream
3 p.m. CST.
Your reactions to this game, Scrunkly streamer.
Positive. Nope. 3 p.m. EST. It's on the thing. I'm looking at the announcements tab.
Let's go. You're married. I know him late.
On the Google form. On the form I signed up on, it said, are you definitely available April 30th, 2022, 8 p.m. BST, which is 2 p.m. for me.
Let's go. Samly Partable.
What the? Looks like some of my mods need the time change translation as well. Fine. 3 p.m. EST. Time zone. Oh, it's daylight savings. That's funny. Anyway, me, Wilbur Sut, Rambu, George. We're going to be kicking ass tomorrow. Rambu and I are going to be potentially matching if his outfit shows up today, which would be really funny. Oh, we're gonna get started though. Mini Beat, thank you for the tier 2 of 18 months, you beast. Ephas, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Kit Kat, thank you for the 11. Spicy Shark, thank you for the 17. Ghost Lord, thank you for the 26.
Went well. I have been so busy with school.
No problem, man. Dimitri, thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. Red, thank you for the 27 months. Hunted Ranger, thank you for the 8. Wishbony, thank you for the 6. Sleepy Boy, thank you for the 6. Skycian, thank you for the 16. Apple Juice, thank you for the 2. What's up? Asterisk, thank you for the 5. Cyanic, thank you for the 7. Jace, thank you for the Prime. Artistic, thank you for the 13. Insert name, thank you for the 5. Cryptic Jackal, thank you for the 7. Elliot Ufer, thank you for the tier 1 sub. J underscore, thank you for the get sub. Pizza, thank you for the 7. Tatum Shea, thank you for the Prime sub. Dry Zero, thank you for the 9. Venilok, thank you for the 2. Jaden underscore, thank you for the 4 months of Prime. Melodies, thank you for the 2. Suspicious, thank you for the 9. Edit, thank you for the 2. Maddie, thank you for the 5. Lillian, thank you for the 11. Macabre, thank you for the 5. Mining, thank you for the 2. Abstetic, thank you for the 23. Schmuck, thank you for the 7 coming in. Spadia, thank you for the 4. Puppy Live, thank you for the 3. This is from last night. What am I doing?
Yo.
Hold on. Wilbur's asking where my wedding registry is.
I've been watching your BS for so long.
Fair. I think he already got me something. I think he actually told me he was getting me something and then he was going to get me something else. So hold on. You guys want it too? Anybody want to add to my house fund?
Just in time,
Thoughts? Yee. All right. Have I played Stanley Parable? Nope. I have not. Fergus, thank you for the 3. Penbay, thank you for the 12. Danabug, thank you for the 5. Matt Hammer, thank you for the 17. Ether, thanks for 37 bucks. Need a Noodle, thank you for the 2. Guys, rumor has it that
for the house.
Nice, bro. Thanks. That'll get me 2 minutes out of my mortgage. Rumor has it that if you guys missed the super long crime time from like 4 days ago,
Hello, streamer man, I finally
it might be on YouTube today after the stream is done. Rumor. I don't know. I wouldn't know anything about it. What am I, the guy who owns the channel? Whatever, let's get started, bro. Bro, it's like a 4-hour crime video.
Let's go.
I'm gonna make so much moolah.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Wait, should I have alerts off? Is this like very immersive?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
I love parables.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Already seems like it's going to be the Will Ferrell movie.
Peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor.
No, not Free Guy. That's Ryan Reynolds.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting,
talking about
even say hi.
Stranger
Never
Than Fiction.
In all his years at the company had this happened.
Really good
This
Will Ferrell movie.
complete
Underrated because he's not funny all the time during
Something was
it.
very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
We turn off alerts. Immersion. Oh. Button. Button. What do I push? What do I button? What? I'm in. Ian.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to must say I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
What? 417. 417? Fucking bet, bro. Where is it? Yeah.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
You fuck. What the shit? Was it in here? Nope. Okay. This kind of game, huh? Where is 437?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, just for that, I did not.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed
Give me cold
room.
drinks.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. At this point,
listen, bro, I got 15 minutes off. I'm taking these 15 minutes.
And reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
I got 15 minutes of lunch break. I'm taking them.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
What? Okay.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Fine.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I pushed button. Funny button.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office.
Nope.
He wanted to wander about and get even further off track.
Yes, I did.
So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Button. This way?
Oh, no.
What the
No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Bitch.
No.
What
no,
the
no,
fuck?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear. Would you hold on for a minute, please?
Yeah, no problem.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep. Okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Mm-hmm. Beep, beep. So what is deluxe about this game? What did they change? I'm confused. What am I, Mr. Incredible?
No, this isn't right at all. We're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just...
I've seen everything.
Oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
What the hell? Wait, where's 37? 437. I want to click the door now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It was a reset. First door? What door? This door? Door. 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 E. You guys lied. Door? What the?
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago.
I didn't do anything.
Sure
I didn't do that.
Okay, then.
Come on, man. I push buttons. Come on.
Stanley, let's find the story.
I didn't do anything. Come on, man. I want to go this door. Let me in. Go this way. Ooh.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
Oh no.
Do we need to restart the game again?
Is this some backroom
I find
shit?
it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot.
No, I'm having fun. Oh. I was about to say, I'm getting a lot of superliminal from this.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I can't click. You took away my door opening skills. You bastard. This is fucked up.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Door? Me typing my resignation. Why did I just get an achievement called "You Can't Jump"? I was clicking. I hate Mondays. So true, bestie. I can't read. I play video games as a job. I can't read.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Ah, of course.
Now this, well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So... Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
What?
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
It works so hard. What the fuck? All right, Staniel, let's get this shit.
All right, I've got a solution.
Sure.
This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
I'm on it.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
You lost me. Help, I'm stuck at the door. Door stuck. Door stuck. Look, I'm practicing for MCC by jitter clicking. Who was that? Come on, bro. Stack the... Oh my god. You can stack the 5 right there. Oh my... This guy's trolling. You can put the 5 on the 4 right there, bro. Can't believe this guy quit in the middle of a move he could do on solitaire. What an idiot. Skull emoji type 7, bro.
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought.
Oh.
Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
Dude, I play video games for a living. You lost me.
Not sure where I was going with all that.
You said,
You know what?
hang with me, and
think what we
nope,
need right
gone.
now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh, I've heard this before. I've heard people use this song. Come this way. Door. I'm exploring. Ooh, fuck. I'm safe. This is so...
Cut the music.
Oh.
Go back and look at that fern. Stanley,
Whoa.
this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Write it down. I've memorized it.
Wait, we're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. The hell with it. Restart.
Can't believe the line sold us out like that. One of these days.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
I'm trying.
Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in?
I like
I don't know.
work.
How about this direction?
I just hate my boss. Am I right? So that's so me.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
This.
Go wild.
Uh-oh.
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for
Going
it.
back. Going back. Going back. Wait. Yes. Yes. Nice. This is sick. Open! Open! All right, fine. Woo, it's like NASCAR. Oh shit, a different turn. That's crazy.
Oh no, not you again.
Oh fuck.
Stanley.
He's broken
I'd also
free.
like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
Containment
no
breach.
lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Just don't give him attention. Hey man.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Left.
From here, the story is in our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity.
Don't care going left.
In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
Nope.
Just walk in circles for a minute.
Nope.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with that counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the
Do I
right
do a little
door
spin
lead
first?
us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Surely he said left, right? What if I just keep spinning? Wasn't told to stop spinning. Wasn't told to stop spinning. All right, fine.
Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you... all of his co-workers. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Let's go.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away.
Yeah.
A measly 5 clicks. Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a
Want to see how quickly I can get 50?
Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Okay. I like doors. Wait. Okay.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Okay. Which is where? Oh.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Keep your eyes peeled, chat.
Now, back to door number 437.
I'm gonna do it.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Oh, I can do that. Where is it? Where are you, you son of a bitch? Where is it? No. Where is it? You son of a bitch.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
But I can't jump.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Yes. Yes.
We've almost got it.
This is
now the
so...
copy machine,
yes!
do that one again.
Genius!
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Door. So wait, I can climb on stuff? How do I climb? Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Who farted? I need that mug immediately. That's awesome. All right, let's keep going.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
True.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes.
Nope.
This room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I didn't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
God damn, okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope, blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
Didn't.
Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there?
Yeah.
You want to find out what lies at the end of this road?
Yeah,
well, don't
blue.
let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures.
You're mad.
Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yeah.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was
Ooh, a
all
door.
for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1?
A 1?
That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
What? What the hell, dude? Fuck you.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Oh, shit.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Okay.
Let's see. What do we have here? Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Am I playing Firewatch?
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Is this new? The fuck was the random symbol crash? It used to be Minecraft? That's awesome. That's funny, dude. Well, I'm playing Firewatch, apparently. Wait, I thought Firewatch was like really weird about their game being played. Should I be worried? Well, technically it's not their game.
It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing. Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
I'm gonna score. I'm gonna go score. Here I go.
Okay, so what exactly do we do?
I'm gonna score. I'm the ball.
There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack.
I'm gonna go score.
Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Let's...
Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Let's go. Oh my God, I'm so fast. Holy shit, I'm so fast. Score. Yes. Go. Little footy.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
Yeah, kind of.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it?
Bucket, two
Stanley,
ball.
I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
Uh-oh. Ball. Ball. Ball.
Are you enjoying
Holy
this, Stanley?
Yes.
Are you having fun? Is this a real video game?
Yes.
Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
What the f—
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game.
Going in
and
the hole.
what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you,
I'm
Stanley.
scoring.
Besides, you... Hold on. What are you doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Whoa, dude. Oh. Uh-oh. Yo, sick. There's doors here. It's so dark. Do I have a flashlight? I swear to God, if something scares me, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I'm gonna be fucking livid. This game started as a Gmod mod, and this is the map they used. Oh. I mean, I'm going to get attacked by a head crab.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it, down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends,
Did I start his villain arc?
To a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Tips are not
Stanley
getting
decided to
fired.
go up
Talk
to his boss's
less.
office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a coworker dispute. Resident coworkers for not supporting you more or resent. Let it ball up. Take it. Using slides to ensure employees that everything's okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique, you most of all. Okay. Number of slides on this chart. Things, money, more money, things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs about things plus money. Stock market is somewhere in here. Colored in segment. Stripes. Requires more secondary research. What is hot? Profits. More water coolers. More water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big net? Some sort of child trap. A lot of percent. Space between the teenagers. Throw something in the ideas bin. No more bins. Trash cans. Renaming of the ideas bin. Firing of me. Ideas bin. What is happening? Okay.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here. So he turned around and got back on track.
Definitely something in here, right? Why does that look like a nuclear sign?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. but it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What the?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Yep.
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
Oh.
They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Might go make myself a sandwich real quick. Step out and walk back in.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again. Coming to a staircase,
Bitch.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice
Stranger than fiction
me,
moment.
thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words,
I missed the
was a
broom
shock to
closet.
Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Oh. What if I just sit here for a second? I'm gonna go make a sandwich because I'm hungry, but what if I just like sit here? Close the door? I can do that?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
I'm gonna go make a sandwich. I'll be right back. I'll make a sandwich. One sec. Anything happen? No? Damn. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Uh-huh. Whoa. Yo. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. That's a lovely purse. Extreme bathrooms. What kind of sandwich did I make? 2 slices of pepper jack cheese on keto bread with pepperoni and chipotle roasted turkey. Give us a bite? No. Business strategy. Wow. the narrator humming. Cool. I am the most expensive boss.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh.
Descending deeper into the building,
It seems like it's going to end up being the same outcome as earlier.
Peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah. Boop.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley,
where was mine?
Eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant
Was mine
nothing.
4 or 5 something? Is that me right there? 457? Or 27. Or 20? Where is it? Lame.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused.
Gee, that never
to
happens to
believe it.
anybody.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Golly.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I will. 1, 2. One. Give me a 3. Okay. Where's 4? Where the fuck? Where are you, 4? Where's 4? Just not put in a... Or? Except this is in the way. I can't get up there.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Oops.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
No.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
No.
I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Oh. Okay. Well.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
That's new.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Poopy time. Wait, that's new. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Wash my hands. No. Yeah, why isn't it raining in the bathroom? Sorry?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Damn. Thought there'd be secret. That's not what I clicked. How many endings is there? Before they made more, how many endings was there?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door
20?
that read Mind Control Facility.
Boop.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. Nope, still on board with death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Aw. What?
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Ooh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched
Was this a
closer
cake
and
is a
closer
lie
to
thing?
his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the
True.
big picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow
That's
vision
rich coming
of
from the
what
guy who
this
knows
world
everything.
is. Perhaps
What
his
an
death would
idiot,
have
not
meant
knowing
the
everything I
loss
know.
when plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Sounds nice.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Just gonna go this way. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, I thought I fell.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Sure. Sure. Hmm. Warzone? We designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Like, would have been cool though. Money? Fun. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these further for promotion materials, we never found a perfect use for them. Here are a selection of the few. Don't care. Vent? I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. What do I do? Ooh.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Shut up.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Be my Valentine. Who farted? The fuck? Is there another computer waiting input?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Fuck you.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
No.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Oh, they really said it's here, right here. I'm scared.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable,
More
delighting
game.
audiences the world over. Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here?
Oh, brother.
Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Oh. The jump circle?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Yes. Holy shit. Awesome.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new
If you're
content,
Ubisoft,
then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Not Twitter, bro. Uh-oh. Back in the day.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
I'm not sus, bro. I don't want to be sus. I gotta. I can't resist it. Coffee nut? What if there's just an Among Us? I swear to God, if there's an Among Us reference, I'm gonna freak out. My fight or flight is going to kick in, and it's definitely gonna be violence and not fleeing. I'm gonna choose violence.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Right. They put it British Academy of Film and Television. They just put their name on it. Our first kiss, my first card, the release of Stanley Parable in 2013. Wait, is it over The Last of Us? Wait a minute. That's petty. That's funny. Creators surprisingly down to earth. In loving memory of little Stanley. Dad.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable
do you
anymore.
See him?
It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Android man. Beep boop. Oh, it's the Destructoid boy. Beep bop. Right.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and
What is
rewarding
happening,
choices
bro?
I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
A serious room.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no.
Steam
Stanley,
reviews.
It's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
No shot, dude. They make it look like Half-Life here too. That's funny.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of
Included the
profound
username,
philosophical
dude.
insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
They just put this dude on blast. It's literally Half-Life. What is this? Oh.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure, like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Uh-oh.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once...
Prince Charming
now you
accent.
see, blah, 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 blah,
Mother!
blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever?
You know, I already had trouble from yesterday listening to that guy talk, making no sense at all during that police interview, and now this is
so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices...
Stop.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. Ah. See, now you've gotten me going back to
reading
manifesto.
research papers.
Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look. I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations. All right, here we go. Treatise, manifesto. 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 Treatise,
That
manifesto.
was sus.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
Still going.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
There was a pause there.
Manifesto. Treatise, 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 manifesto.
Sounds like he's getting more annoyed.
Manifesto.
It definitely changed, right?
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
What if it's one of those audio
Treatise,
things where we think a
manifesto.
thing is going up
Treatise,
pitch constantly when it's not?
manifesto. Treatise, 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 manifesto. Treatise.
Yo, thank you for the 50 gifted subs. God damn, son.
Manifesto. Treatise.
Thank you for paying for my therapy I need after this.
Manifesto. Treatise. 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 Manifesto. Treatise.
I can't take it.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, "This game is the best game." Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time. The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history of all media ever made. It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment. You are not beyond redemption. You may change. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
That's not the actual time. It's 2:20. It's saying it's 2:25. $2:15, 5:10, 15, 20, 25. It's because I skipped time, but he said it was like 45 minutes of a skip. He said the first one was 5 minutes. But he said the last one was like 40 minutes. Snape, Snape, Severus Snape, 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 Severus Snape, Dumbledore.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door.
Ron Weasley!
And the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now.
Thank God.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one
Breaking
entire
up with
year?
me?
Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust.
Did they make a whole expansion
I was consumed
because of one guy's Steam review?
For what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment. And I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible. The spaciousness.
Oops.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes, of course. They've been jealous of me this whole time. They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think, to feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam. Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me. Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear me. The end is never the end, 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 is never the
can't skip anymore.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Sign me up. The end is loading. That's concerning.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions?
Time
Think
to
of all
wake
the new
up.
territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Taste the sequel. New and tasty.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Old plus busted. New hotness. Boring sections of the chart. Cool red section of the chart. Uh-huh. Thanks for attending my meeting. Are these just copies? That's the Walking Dead font. Is it not? Oh, it's Resident, and that's Resident Evil. That's... I don't know what's going on anymore.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more
Please
of a
kill
fuzzy
me.
magic than anything scientific or logical.
Who took
really.
the red marker? Me. What is happening?
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here,
Jim.
let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's...
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never
somebody named
understand
Jim
the
is
impact
shitting
of
his
this button.
pants right now. Like,
Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
Jim.
All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
okay. Jim.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable 2. They would appreciate what I've created here.
Fuck is that? Jim.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this
man.
Await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Drop the bucket. How do
Does anyone give
I?
out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Merch. Poggers. 2. Oh my god, chat. I has a bucket.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Jim. Happy 12th birthday, step niece.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
The fuck?
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Yo, oh.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Played myself. Infinite hole. That's a cool poster.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Give it, I need it. Hand it over. Yes. Yes.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
New easy achievement. Get it here. Free easy achievement. Lever, receive your achievement. No more steps. It just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Gamers, we hear you.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
What is this? Oh, I already did this. Bowl. I'm in an art exhibit, bro.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat.
You fraud!
So clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport
Referencing
button
TikTok with
to
this
warp up to the top
letter?
of the hole and we can move on.
Right.
TikTok.
I'll just be up here
Just
when
the
you're ready.
two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. New mug. Hannah's got to go do a work thing, so I'm going to say bye to her really quick while we sit in the hole. All right, I guess we leave the hole.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have... Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley,
It's like
I
a
have no
smoke break down
explanation
here.
for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Uh-oh.
Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
What? What? What is happening? Change your perception. Okay, keep going.
My head's stronger, now you're no longer using up this space of mine. My head's stronger, now you're no longer using up this space of mine. My head's stronger, now you're no longer using up this space of mine. My head's stronger, you're no longer. Hey!
Holy shit. That's like a dude giggling. What am I? Nekomaru? The ultimate team manager.
Stanley? 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 Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there.
Oh, really?
Drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it.
Fucking
You don't
asshole.
want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Well. Well, this has been interesting. Like I said, I didn't have much time today, but I'm glad we did this. I do know there's way more to explore. We might explore. Who knows? But for now, I gotta go. I've got to go pick up my dog from her training. And I got a life. So I'm gonna go do that. But that's okay, because Ranbu just went live playing the exact same game. Crazy how that worked out, huh? Yeah, dudes. Thanks for all the subs and stuff today. I really appreciate it. This game is really weird. We might end up doing more, potentially. We'll see. Tomorrow is MCC once again. 3 o'clock Eastern. I will be playing with Ranbu, Wilbur, and George. It'll be very good. You guys are going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to have a lot of fun. I will see you there. It's literally 24 hours from now, actually, like on the dot. So wait, 23 hours from now. Whatever. And if you missed Crime Time from a couple of days ago, it just got posted on YouTube. So if you don't particularly want to watch Stanley Parable again, or hate Ranbu, which is kind of fucked up, you can watch that on the YouTube channel. Okay? Sound good? Bye.